So we've now got the Mini GP UK 160s coming out onto the course. We know how exciting it's going to be between these guys. Wilson Dilks, Tyler Humphries, Hudson Cooper. That trio is amazing to watch.
It's going to...
Oh, that's an off already. That's an off on the warm-up lap. I can't believe it. We've got drama before the race has even got underway. And absolutely enraged. Now, who was that?
That's Hudson Cooper.
That is Hudson Cooper, the 217. I can't believe it. That's before the race has even got underway. Well, talk about drama here with a championship on the line. That couldn't have gone any worse for Hudson Cooper. He's come into this weekend 10 points back from Wilson Dilks and 32 back from Tyler Humphries, 42 back, sorry, from Tyler Humphries. That could well be championship game over.
I don't know what happened there.
Let's have a look. Oh, he got cut across, look. So the rider that he was following just cut across him on the way out of Ashby, and he fell. Now, that's before the race has even started, but he's not allowed to restart because he's a junior and he's fallen, so he can't even start the race again. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Well, that is, I'm afraid to say, that is Hudson Cooper's championship in tatters before he's even turned a lap of racing this weekend.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I'm unsure if there'll be any, that might be reviewed to see what actually happened there. Because I don't think that was particularly his fault, was it?
No, it looked like just a racing incident, although we weren't even racing, of course. But certainly it costs Hudson Cooper a chance to race. He's out. The race is going to get underway without him. So it's going to be Wilson Dilks versus Tyler Humphries. First blood to Wilson Dilks, I should say, in qualifying. Now it's just going to be the two men battling for it. Here we go. This is not going to be easy to call now, as away we go. Tyler Humphries has been beaten off the line by Frankie Watson. Frankie Watson's made a good start of it. So Frankie Watson is now your leader, but Tyler Humphries is coming straight back at him. Let's see if it continues on. Very tricky start, but look at Frankie Watson. He looks so much more composed after the misery of Three Sisters. He now has a real chance this weekend, and he knows it. Wilson Dilks obviously battling with Tyler Humphries, and Frankie Watson in the mix there. But out in front, it's all about the 85. Wilson Dilks trying to take points off Tyler Humphries in this championship fight. Now, Wilson Dilks had a bit of an issue with his transponder initially, but he is the one in front of Tyler Humphries in the lead at the moment. That's why I got a little bit confused about Frankie Watson's presence. But with Tyler Humphries coming into the weekend on 190 and Wilson Dilks coming in on 158, again, there's only 100 points available, and the top three go through to the Junior World Series. So it's a really important moment for all three riders in this fight. And Frankie Watson has now got a big opportunity, because with Hudson Cooper going down, that's a potential top three for him.
Well, that will have absolutely changed all the championship points, definitely. I don't think, obviously, he will not be very happy about that.
I mean, Hudson Cooper's going to feel it was intentional, but of course we could see that it wasn't. It was just one of those things. Tyler Humphries all over the back of Wilson Dilks, but this is very much where Tyler Humphries wants to be. He wants to be hustling Wilson Dilks in the early stages, because he's got a decent 32-point lead over Wilson Dilks in the championship coming into this one with 100 available. So it's advantage Tyler Humphries all the way, but he can't afford to get too close to Wilson Dilks.
And you also just can't let the pressure get to you, because when the pressure gets to you, you start making them little mistakes that all in all make the big picture of, you see a little twitch there and all them little parts. Then at one time it will be a crash, and that will end the championship. And
it doesn't matter whether you're leading or in second place, anybody can be affected by that. So Tyler Humphries still hustling Wilson Dilks. The gap between them, 32 points. Red flags. So we have a red flag. Something has happened that has brought out the reds. Now, we have completed 2 laps.
That was already Hudson from there.
Yeah, so that's already Hudson Cooper from earlier on. I think, we've got 2 riders down at the final turn. Okay, so that will be why. I think one of them was Ollie O'Gorman. The other one, I think, was Chloe Gleeson.
Yes.
So we obviously just need to now focus on their safety. We need to focus on the protocol.
I can see Ollie O'Gorman stood up there in the pits. Looks like he's okay.
That's good news for Ollie O'Gorman. So we obviously need to make sure that both riders are okay, and it's a precautionary measure, obviously, with both riders off their bikes. Now, this is going to be a fascinating conversation to observe, because I think Hudson Cooper is quite irritated with one Tyler Humphries because it was Tyler's wheel that he went into the back of. I'd quite like to see it again if we got the chance, actually, now that we're under red flags, because that's championship changing.
Yeah, that will. But it didn't really look like Tyler did anything wrong. I think he just tried turning, like Hudson just tried turning. Tyler's back wheel was just there. Like, through no fault of Tyler's, really. Yeah,
correct. I completely agree with you. Tyler did not do anything that was out of the ordinary for a warm-up lap. It just happened to be that Hudson Cooper was there at the same time, and that's what's caused it. Let's look at it again. This is on the formation lap before the start of that race.
That's
now, look.
Angle that.
It is a long angle, right. So this could be a revealing angle. The bike in front is Tyler Humphries. The bike behind is Hudson Cooper. And look, he just draws across and bang. There is nothing really that either rider can do in that situation.
Yeah, I think he just tried turning through no fault of anybody's there.
So Hudson Cooper just happens to be quite close to Tyler Humphries.
Yeah.
That was before the race even got started. We're under red flags. We're not going to show you the incident that brought out the red flag because that's not appropriate. But that incident between Tyler Humphries and Hudson Cooper, those are two riders that are fighting for the championship and fighting for a World Series place. Hudson Cooper was only 10 points behind Wilson Dilks in the championship fight, and that's the championship leader, Tyler Humphries, that he's driven into. Yeah, they're just moving the bikes. So great. Now, we're going to see another... Now, this is another angle. There you go. That's another interesting angle of it. But again, that shows to me that's two riders just being in the same place on the racetrack at the same time. Tyler Humphries is just there.
He might see that, and like he might, before seeing that, be like, I've been thrown off. Like, that wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault. But then when you watch it, there isn't anything that Tyler did that'd change it. You can see Sarah, Tyler's mum, up there.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? I mean, you can't absolutely, you can't point to that incident and say either rider really has done anything wrong because it's just a normal formation lap. But you've got to feel, I mean, Tyler will probably be feeling quite guilty about it. As you were saying before, you know, these guys are really good mates when they're off the racetrack. What they're going to do then, I guess, now here's an interesting debate. How far in the race do they feel they've got?
They definitely were 3/4, so I don't think
well, no. We were 2 laps in. So does that mean Hudson Cooper is allowed to restart, or isn't he allowed to restart? I don't think he is.
His bike hadn't been checked over, so that'd mean he wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a second chance gone for Hudson Cooper. Now, we've got 2 riders at the back here trying to restart their bikes.
I think it looks like Joshua Herring's restarted his, and he's trying to help Frankie Watson start.
So, you know, that's, again, you know, you wouldn't necessarily find that in other forms of motorsport. But the fact that this guy has got a problem with his bike. Ironic, though, that it's Frankie Watson.
Yeah.
How ironic is that? We had Hudson Cooper fall off. And now we've got Frankie Watson, the man who could beat him, having problems on the start. He is so lucky. So lucky that he can get his bike restarted. But Hudson Cooper is going to be spitting fumes on the sidelines going, there's been a red flag and I can't get my bike back to the line.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be frustrating for him.
I mean, imagine what it was like if that was you. You would be so angry in that situation, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Hudson's just got to the grid.
Well, that is fascinating. Yeah, look, he is. Hudson Cooper's trying to rejoin from the pit lane. Well, the only way that's possible is if they've had time to check his bike, and if they think it's okay. Look, Hudson Cooper's going, can I go to the grid? Can I go to the grid? My bike's fine. Trust me, my bike's fine.
I think it's been checked over in that red flag. You can see his mum trying to direct him there.
So it looks as though Hudson Cooper's chances are not up in smoke after all. They need to double check everything's according to protocol. But if that's the case, then even if Hudson Cooper only starts from the pit lane, that is still perfectly acceptable. And he can score some points. So that is very much the best get-out-of-jail-free card that Hudson Cooper's going to get this weekend.
That is quite lucky, to be honest. Obviously not great for the people that was involved in that red flag, but for Hudson, that will be in between being able to possibly get to top 3 and not.
Yeah, it's game-changing for Hudson Cooper. What he's got to do now, of course, now that he's got this chance, is now he's got to breathe. He's just got to focus back in. He's got to dial it all down. That frustration, that anger, that stress, it's all just got to melt away. He's got to focus on the job in hand now, and he's got to get back into his rhythm. This is his chance to redeem himself. It's not like he's done anything wrong. Looks like we've got a false start message. There was a German driver years ago, Hans Heyer.
Let's hope Hudson doesn't retire from this one as well.
Yeah, he really cannot afford to let this chance go.
That looks like Ollie O'Gorman's now being told he can ride as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's... Yeah, look, Ollie O'Gorman is getting himself ready at the end of the pit lane as well.
Someone else has just run off. Oh, my God.
Well, there is chaos at the start of this race then, as riders are contesting whether they can or can't race. We've got engine revs rising.
Hudson's now not there.
Yeah, Hudson isn't there.
He'll have to be medical checked.
Oh, right. So maybe they've got to medical check. Well, this is fascinating. So we are going around. Is this the start or is this a... It's got to be a formation lap, hasn't it?
Yeah, but maybe if Hudson will be allowed to ride, just not from warm-up lap. That's all I can think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they can just quickly assess him in medical centre, but I don't think he's going to have the time to do it. Well, that is a big disaster for Hudson Cooper if that's the case, because the bike is cleared to race. Is Hudson cleared to race? That's the thing. Well, Ollie O'Gorman looks like he's in there and back in up and running again. There's Wilson Dilks. So he's obviously the man who gets to benefit the most from all of this, because his nearest championship contender behind him, Hudson Cooper, is very nearly confirmed as not restarting. I say very nearly because, you know, stranger things have happened in the past. There is a good chance that he may still get the chance. If they can clear him in the next 10 seconds and he can get back out on the bike, then he might just be able to start the race from the pit lane. He wouldn't be able to take it from the grid.
I haven't seen him run back into...
Looks like they're going around.
He's there.
Yeah, they're going around for a second formation lap. So here he comes. Here comes Hudson Cooper. We're literally getting a Hollywood drama playing out in the pit lane here as Hudson Cooper has run from the medical centre. They flagged them around for a second formation lap to give him a chance to get in the bike and get ready for...
To be honest...
Is he going to go around for a second formation lap? He is. He's just left the pits.
To be honest, I don't think it was just to let him. I think because of how long they were waiting to let them get some heat in the tyres, and coincidentally that just helped him out a bit.
Well, Hudson Cooper, it does look as though he is going to get a chance to restart. Well, what a drama. There he is, Hudson Cooper. The bike's been checked, he's been checked, and he's going around on the formation lap, so he should be able to take his place at the back of the grid to restart. What a crazy race. And we haven't even properly done any racing yet, really. Well, we did the first 2 laps, and then we had the red flag for Ollie O'Gorman and Chloe Gleeson.
And the FIM class is one of, probably the most important classes. So you're obviously going to... And it's good that everything's been dealt with right.
Yeah, it's all been done by the book. It's all made sure that everybody's okay, but it's also giving these riders who have put so much hard work, so much money, so much time, so much energy, so much enthusiasm to give them the chance to race. Look, this isn't the World Championships yet. These kids have put so much in. If the bike's okay, if he's okay, and we've got time to do it, put him in. And that's exactly what they've done. And he's taking his original grid position. Wow. Oh, here we go.
And Hudson's dad been running up and down, trying to find out if he can go, and taking his original grid position is quite lucky as well.
So now we've got the top 4 riders in the championship together again. Dilks, Humphries, Cooper, Watson. This is where it's going to be big stuff. Tyler Humphries in the championship lead. Will he stay there at the end of this round? At the end of this race, he certainly will.
Ollie O'Gorman is still at the front of that. Well, Ollie's in it as well now.
He is indeed. Let's see how it goes. It's not a great start for Wilson Dilks. It's a brilliant start for Humphries and for Cooper, but Dilks gets Cooper back again on the restart, and Watson gets ahead of Hudson Cooper as well. Maybe Hudson Cooper just being a little bit tentative then on the first couple of laps to dial his rhythm back in after a nasty fall.